sea level rise vulnerability index. Essentially, this is a USGS coastal vulnerability index that we just took off their website. The areas that are plotted red are very highly vulnerable to sea level rise, and we plot the reserves along those, and you find that reserves in the Gulf of Mexico, parts of the Mid-Atlantic, the Southeast, California, and Oregon are all at risk of being impacted by sea level rise. And then the other thing we looked at was projected temperature increases around the country based on a climatewizard.org model that you can go to this website and do your own predictions as to what climate change will be in different parts of the country. And it turns out that the Great Lake reserves, Lake Superior and Overland Creek, are at high risk of temperature increases on the order of 5 degrees Fahrenheit over the next 35 to 40 years, as well as a lot of the reserves in the Gulf of Mexico, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Northeast. They're seeing projected temperature increases on the order of 3.5 to 4.5 degrees as well over the next 35 to 40 years. So if you put all this information together and synthesize it together in a table, this is what you see. And this is sort of the, if you will, the grand synthesis that we did at the end of the report. Across the top, you see these different variables that we looked at: social sensitivity, biophysical sensitivity, ecological resilience, temperature change, sea level rise exposure. And then down the table, you see the various reserves. And the darker the color of the box in the table, that means that that a particular reserve has a higher level of sensitivity or exposure to that particular